People are always asking how to make inner fitness practical. Here are some tips for how you can use inner fitness strategies and concepts to make practical changes in your life. So first and foremost, you definitely need an intention/vision for your life. And if you aren't already operating with an intention or a vision for your life, you are doing yourself a disservice. The research says that you are 42% more likely to actually achieve what you want in life when you know what you want, or you have a goal and you take a further step and write that goal down. So write your goal down. And the difference between intention and a goal, lots of people have different opinions about that. Here's what I'm going to say. It doesn't matter. Know that you want to go from where you are to someplace better, and be clear about what that someplace better looks like. If you don't know exactly what it is that you want to do, at least tap into how you want to feel. For an example, you want to get up and you want to go to work or live your life aligned with something that you're passionate about, or whatever your goal is. If your goal is to make a lot of money, that's great. That's fine. Put it on your list. The point is to have a feeling that is aligned with the things that are on your list. Okay? So write your stuff down. Now, if you are wanting your life to be successful and happy, make that part of your intention, because happiness and success are two different skill sets. And if you only focus on one or the other, then you will wind up sort of lopsided. You'll have a lot of success and not a lot of happiness, or you'll have a lot of internal happiness, but maybe not financial success. They're two different skills. You have to focus on both. The inner fitness work that we do is about the inner self. Movies like The Secret or manifestation work or the law of attraction, that will help you with the external sort of physical-based reality goals. Another thing that you can do that's practical for creating the life that you want, start to tell yourself the truth about where you are. When you can see where you are, then you can create everything that you see as a roadmap to where you want to be. So if you see that you have failed relationships, that your money's not right, that you have emotional discomfort, that you find yourself overwhelmed or in some level of self-attack on the regular, write that stuff down. And then literally each one of those items now becomes a intention, a goal, a mindset shift or change that you can begin to work with. I mean, it's simple, though it takes effort and practice. So simple, not easy, but so doable. You can change your life to the degree that you are willing to address your life. That's the next thing. It is super important that you are spending some time with yourself, because you are the source of your joy and your pain. Yes, there are events that took place outside of you, and those events may have caused an experience that now leaves you feeling burdened. But the truth is, you are the place where your suffering continues or your joy awakens. And you need to learn skills for mitigating the stuff that is tied to the suffering. How are you thinking about yourself? How are you thinking about the events that took place in your life. If you are thinking about them in what I call a looped habitual fashion, that means you are defaulting to the whatever that story is in your mind, and it plays like a loop. Sometimes that loop is running very quickly. Other times it's running in a longer way, but it always is coming back to the same point and starting at the same point. You cannot make change without interrupting the habit of how you are being. And the way you interrupt the habit of how you are being is that you insert into your experience of yourself new thoughts. And new thoughts can drive new feelings. And as you begin to see that you are flexible enough to accommodate thoughts and feelings different from the ones that have been running through your mind, you discover that you've been operating from faulty beliefs about yourself, and you can now adopt better beliefs about yourself. So instead of thinking that just because you had that experience, you are now marked and will never be able to have whatever, a relationship, the job you want, or whatever it is. That thinking, uninterrupted, guarantees that you will fulfill that limited idea of yourself. But the moment you go, okay, so that thing happened to me, and I can interrupt its impact on me by beginning to think about what I want beyond this. You can use the what I want and start simply with what I want is to be beyond this way of thinking. If you think about that on a regular basis, how can I be beyond this way of thinking? How can I stop beating myself up so much? You ask that question, a how, a what question, never a why, a how or a what question. And you essentially are stealing mental time, emotional time from your habit, which means you are interrupting the habit, and you're interrupting it with thoughts and feelings that are better. They're higher than the habit. So anytime you challenge your habit, anytime you say, it must be possible to have a life beyond where I am, you are interrupting positively the habit of you so that a new, more empowered and expanded version of yourself can appear. So those are just a few tips for making inner fitness practical in your life. The bottom line is, no matter how it has been up until now, it can change for the better. And for you to memorize that statement, and no matter what you bump into or how difficult it is, you stop yourself and you remind yourself, no matter how it has been up until now, it can change for the better. It's going to open up space inside of you that can be filled with something better. I hope that makes sense, and I hope that you try these concepts out. Literally, try thinking in these ways, try talking to yourself in these ways, and let me know in the comments how you fare. I'm loving you.